All right, and we are here at the Women of Horror, and Eversoul Android gracing me with their appearance. This duo from Seattle, which now resides here in Los Angeles. Guys, welcome to the Women of Horror show. You guys did another great set. And you know what? It was funny because we were right there and, just chatting real quickly. And I was going to tell you this, but I wanted to wait till we actually started, recording and stuff. But I actually seen you play a show before this. You guys played with 11th Frequency. Oh man, I'm trying to remember the name of the place. Do you remember?
The Offbeat.
Yes, it was at the Offbeat.
It was a super last minute show. Yeah. We were a 4-piece till like a week before that, and we had to just get ready for, right?
Yeah, but it seems that you guys have really embraced this 2-piece band. Tell me about that. I know you guys have a lot of just like pre-production that goes into your sound. Now, was that because you've become a duo? Sorry. Was that because you become a duo and you're embracing that, or are you still looking for the other members?
Let's see. We've always had a bit of production in our songs and in our set. I guess especially now more than ever. We're a 2-piece originally, just Drew and I. So we've always been used to writing on the computer and using Ableton and stuff. And then we integrated a live drummer and a bassist, and then I don't know. It just it was amicable. We all went our separate ways, and Drew and I are still here doing our thing. We're like, well, screw it. We were a 2-piece before. We can do it again. So yeah, I would say we've always have had a lot of production to it, I guess.
Now, I know you guys just played Echo Park Rising. Tell me about that experience. How was it for both of you guys? And are people more than ever embracing your guys' sound?
Yeah, it was. We had a lot of fun. At first, we played Little Joy on Saturday night, and then we played Stories, Books, and Cafe on Sunday night. It was super fun. Great crowd, great people, like the entire thing. It's such a community-oriented, wonderful thing. So we had a great time. I thought, especially our show at Little Joy was super rad. People were really responsive and fun, and yeah, we had a great time, man.
Now, rumor has it that you guys were in Paris. Is this true? Is this a true?
Just me. My sister got married, and she had a destination wedding. So, yeah, I was out there hanging out with my family for a couple of weeks.
Did you visit Jim Morrisons' grave?
I did. Really? It was super cool.
Tell me about that. Did you go? I mean, of course it's a destination wedding, and you're going to Paris. Did you really scout out where it was going to be at, where his grave was, and tell me about that experience of when you found it?
It was actually, I went with my family, and I was with my mom and my auntie really wanted to go. So, yeah, it was my auntie's idea originally, and it was actually one of my favorite parts of the entire trip. I don't even know how to describe it. The graves were absolutely incredible. Like one of the most beautiful places I've ever been in my life. And actually, Jim Morrison's grave is really small, and it's kind of shoved between all these other graves. Like it wasn't the only reason we could tell that it was his because it was gated off and there were a bunch of flowers on it. But the graveyard itself was absolutely magnificent. Of course I forget what it's called, but everybody should go check it out if they're in Paris.
You just happen to be in Paris. Go visit Jim Morrison. The one thing and maybe you've never been asked this question. What makes you want to get out of bed?
Oh, I don't know. Honestly, for us, a lot of...
Do you want to get out of bed? Do you want to just stand there?
I'm a little older than her, so some mornings I'm like, no, I don't want to at all. But no, we just like making the art we like making. I mean, it's literally like what keeps us going every single day. And I think there was a little period of time where we were worried about being successful, and now we just don't give a shit anymore, and we're back to writing like what we want to write instead of trying to fit it into like a pop box or format. We're just writing whatever now. And ever since we've kind of made that transition back to that, everything's been way more fun, and we stay more inspired, and it makes you want to get up and do that pretty much.
You know, between me and you, I think that's what happens with a lot of bands. They get too obsessed with what's in right now and trying to cultivate that sound. Where they're not living, I guess, for the moment. You know what I mean? And they get lost. And a lot of music is about kind of you have to be forward thinking about what's going to be good now, or not good now, good later, not what's good now, because what's good now is ultimately going to kind of run its course.
Well,
Do you think about that, or is it?
I just think about the songs I like to hear. That's what I feel like both Drew and I try and do. We try and create the songs and the sounds that inspire us and that we want to hear, right? And I don't know. Fuck if it's not cool. I like it.
Tell me about being approached for doing Women of Horror. Were you excited? Were you thinking about costumes? What was going on?
We're not super costumey. I mean, I think we look
Right? Yeah, I know there was no.
Yeah, I don't know. I was like a little surprised at first, to be honest, because I didn't meet any of them at that weird offbeat show, and then I don't know. I think we like one thing we think about a lot is like how we appear to people. Do you know what I mean? Because we were like even Kat and Hazy were like, you guys are so or Kat and Liz, sorry, they're like, you guys are so much nicer than we thought. And we're like, yeah, because we're not like that on stage. But I don't feel like we put on this like evil persona. It's not like this whole separate thing, right? So I don't know. So sometimes when something like this is like, I'm like, are we that? Is that what, you know what I mean? Is that what people also, I don't know. I was excited though, of course. And they like went crazy with promotion and really worked super hard. So you can't really beat that, right?
Yeah.
We didn't have to do that much. So it was very cool.
Very cool. Eversoulandroid.com. That is where you can find the band at. What can we expect next with the band?
We have a single we're about to release in the next couple of months. A song called R&R. We're putting it out with Plag Records, Play Like a Girl. Yeah, we're really excited about it. We've got a bunch of new songs we're working on demos for, so hopefully we'll have an EP this year, but definitely some singles.
Any chance you guys are going to go visit Seattle just to see what's going on? And when you do visit it, is it for inspiration or is it more of just to like get away?
We went back in August. We did a tour with our friends' band Dreamings. And we went up to Seattle and did a West Coast tour, and that was super fun. I love playing Seattle, and I love going back there. So we're going to go back up in January and play a set then and hang out with our people and get away from the sunshine for a little bit.
Sometimes you do have to get away from that. I tell people, I'm like, LA is, yeah. Like sometimes you just get too much vitamin D. I don't know. That's just me.
It's ironic because we went from being in Seattle where it's like 70 degrees and you don't realize how long it's been since you've seen the sun and you kind of freak out and just like you're like a lizard on a rock. Yeah. And down here it's like the complete opposite. So I guess be careful what you wish for. Because
you just might get it.
I've heard that. I've heard the sun does the same thing. Like if you're just around the sun, like just it's beaming all day. But I haven't noticed that yet. That's been pretty nice, actually.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for coming on. And yeah, eversoulandroid.com. Check them out. I'm sure you guys have some more shows lined up. And so check out eversoulandroid.com. Thank you so much.